What's going on, guys? You found Bottom Tier Collector, and I'm your host, The Bearded One. As always, thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting on my content. I must admit, I'm getting a little insecure repeating that phrase over and over and over in every video. I'm trying to think of a more unique way to thank you guys, but I do feel like every video I should take time to thank you guys, the viewers. I don't even care if you're subscribers or thumbs uppers or commenters, just you guys, the viewers. You make my channel relevant. But it can't happen without you guys. So we got an eBay haul today, and haul. The word haul is a little misleading. This isn't really a haul. It's more just an eBay purchase, one book. It's a variant, and I have a rule with variants which I don't strictly 100% follow, because I'm human and I'm prone to what would be the term? I'm prone to temptation. There we go. But I would say 99% of the time I'm pretty good about following this rule of variance. That I don't do variants unless my favorite character, the absolute GOAT. I don't mean favorite characters. The absolute GOAT is on the cover. And if you put the GOAT, my GOAT, on a cover, I will have it. Period. There are some variants that, especially one in particular, it's a Batman Lobo Deadly, not a Deadly series, the other Batman Lobo series, the one shot that's square bound from like 2000. There's a German variant that I'm going to have to save up for. It's out of my price range, but I'm going to work towards it eventually. I also was very tempted by the Wolverine #1, 1 in 100 Jim Lee variant from the current Wolverine run on shelves. That's a pretty cover. And then I actually got temptation bit me and I had to have it. The Justice League Incarnate #2 cardstock cover variant with Super Demon on the cover. Just a gorgeous cover. I had to have it. So I'm not perfect, but excuse the coughing. But I had to have this one. The GOAT was on the cover, and this takes me ever so close to completing, having everything I want from this series. I do have everything. I do have, what am I trying to say? I do have the story complete. Like, I have 1 through 29, and I think there's an annual. Yes, there is an annual. I have the annual, and I have the 2 JLA Doom Patrol Milk Wars issues that Lobo appears in, and then I also have the Justice League, the Justice League America tie-in issues as well. I suspect they tie in. It looks like this squad and the Justice League squad during Rebirth squared off. I need to read this. I made it to like issue 3 or 4. Issue 3 is a great cover of Justice League America. I made it to issue 3 or 4, maybe even issue 5, and then I just wasn't in love with this series, and that was the kind of final nail in the coffin that put me on a hiatus. A lot of it was financial. I needed to cut back. I end up on these paths of comic books where I end up escalating my spending habits. Like, it'll start off with a couple books, or I'll make the lone eBay purchase, and then it'll just roll into I'm spending at least $100 every check on comics. And while that's still not breaking the bank, while it's still not what a lot of people spend on comic books, it's still enough to make my wife uncomfortable, and it's enough to make me a little uncomfortable. If I spend $100 on comic books, just on a regular day, I'm not at a convention or doing something special, it makes me feel a little guilty. I'm not gonna lie. You guys know the struggle though. It's so hard to stay out of the game. It's just so hard to completely stay on a break from comic. I'm technically on a break right now. I don't have a pull list anymore. I don't have a home where I'm getting new comic book day books. I just keep up with what Lobo appears in, and if he appears in something, I go snatch the book, snatch any of the covers, and then I make the random eBay purchase to whittle down that behemoth list I have of Lobo's appearance history. I don't think I showed you guys, but this is the foil cover, so you can see the foil like sheening. I should probably have gotten my Justice League non-foil out to compare and contrast, but I think I'll save that for another video. Happy to have this one. This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It just never was in my price range. It was always selling for around $15 to $20, and I just knew I'd seen it a couple times under $10, and I just knew if I waited and had the extra money to burn at the time, I could eventually land it, and I did. I believe I got it for under $10, which is great because I recently saw Comic Fu got the same exact cover. In a mystery box. And no, it was in a Walmart pack. And I wasn't jealous of Comic Fu. Okay, I'll admit it. Maybe I was a little jealous of Comic Fu. Because this was the variant I've been hunting for months. Trying to get that right price. And, I was just like that much jealous of Comic Fu, I won't lie. But mostly envious of Comic Fu. And I'm glad Comic Fu got that book. I'm happy for him. And now I have that book, and I don't have to be jealous of anybody. I've never done this before because Lobo doesn't always appear in all these variants, but this number one got like 45,000 different covers, and Lobo actually appears on every single one of them. The newsstand, the comic exclusives like this. I think there's an Emerald City Comic-Con exclusive. I have that one. I have all of them except I'm not going to get the newsstand. The newsstand is just a barcode. That's like a moral stand I take on comics. If I get a newsstand at the right price, fine, but I'm not going to own a newsstand and a direct edition of a comic book. I'm just not going to do it, even if the goat is on the cover. I'm just not going to do it. I don't care about a barcode. The cover needs to be different in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Like this cover, for instance. It's the same as that cover as cover A, but it's foil. So I won't be getting the newsstand cover of Justice League America 1, but I have all the other 45,000 different covers. I have all the Matina variants. There's 3 Matina variants with Lobo's face on them. Very beautiful covers. There's one called a Coast to Coast, but I think that's the Emerald City Comic Con exclusive. There's a black and white exclusive. There's a black and white exclusive of a different cover of this. It's in color, but then there's also a black and white exclusive. And then I need I'm gonna butcher his last name. It's been abbreviated to EBAS, but I need the Justice League of America Eric Basaldua variant. And then I have all the variants, and I have everything I could want and desire from the series. And it's been a weird hunt because I didn't default to cover A in this hunt because Lobo isn't on cover A every single time. If Lobo is not on cover A, I will default to the cover he's on, cover B or whatever, the ratio incentive or whatever. But if Lobo's on neither cover, He's just in the interior art. I will defer to cover A. And then obviously if he's on cover A, I will have cover A. So yeah, just long convoluted rules. I'm very type A / anal about it. But that just how I do it. That's what makes comics fun for me. And when I get that black and white variant and the Eric Basalgua variant, I think I will call this run complete because I will have owned everything. Even though, again, I own the entire story, I don't have all the covers yet, and I'd like to just wait to say run complete until I get those 2 variants. But again, found a way to make a video about one comic book last 10 minutes, and we didn't even read it. So I'm going to stop here while I'm ahead. Thank you guys for watching this video. I would like to add, I'm going to be going to Memphis Comic Con very soon, in 2 weeks. And I do have that list curated. I'm debating whether or not to purchase 2 comic books I would like to take with me to Memphis Comic Expo for signatures. And for you new viewers who haven't heard this, I have curated the books I want to take to Memphis Comic Con for signatures. Signatures are my thing. I love meeting these artists and writers and inkers and editors and hearing stories about them, getting to say thank you, the whole gambit. And if I get these 2 books in sooner rather than later, I will make a video on all the books that I'm taking with me to Memphis Comic Expo. May not get them all signed, but at least they're all coming with me, so I have the chance to get them signed. Until next time, guys.